It's a new world for the 49ers these days. The team has created some goodwill this offseason with the hiring of new general manager John Lynch and coach Kyle Shanahan.
And the pair got high marks for their work on draft day. KTVU sports director Mark Ibanez sat down for an exclusive interview with the new GM.
Today's about the future of this team. People who know me well will tell you that I'm not into a whole lot of promises, but I will make a few. We're going to assemble a team that will make you proud.
Is there something that stands out to you that surprised you, taken you aback, or thought, wow?
I think just the totality of this job. I mean, it's called general manager for a reason. It's I thought I was just picking players, you know, and it's a lot more than that. And I knew that, but I think just the totality of it. And there's a lot of big decisions. You know, in my former life, I made about 3 decisions a day. You know, which car do I want to drive? You know, where are we going for dinner? The hardest part about this for me is, you know, when you got to tell people that are good people and good players that, you know what, you don't fit in our plans. But what I always try to do is look them in the eye myself, and Kyle likes to do the same thing and say, here's why. And I think as long as you're honest with people, that's what I always felt as a player. As long as someone was being honest with me, I didn't have to agree with their assessment, but I could live with it. And so that's what we're trying to do, and the job's been fun.
The San Francisco 49ers today announced that they have released cornerback Tremaine Brock.
By the same token, you had a tough decision to make with an individual who ran into a problem. I think that sent out a signal that, again, hearkening back to having been at the draft day party, a lot of fans were very positive about that because they felt it showed signs of a new direction.
Well, it was gut-wrenching, that situation. That was a starting player for us. But unfortunately, some things happened. We made a decision. Was it meant to send a message? No. You know, if it did, then that's an okay thing.
Transitioning now into some of those decisions that are more toward the playing field, you guys have had a number, I mean, maybe 25, 30 transactions. Maybe I'm minimal.
I think you're right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
How difficult has that been for you? And are you liking the way the communication has gone with your coaches, your talent evaluators, and Kyle?
Yeah, I think it's been extraordinary thus far. The working relationship between, here we call it upstairs, downstairs, the front office, and the coaching staff. There's been tremendous interaction. And I was hopeful that that would be the case because I knew that Kyle and I had that. We saw football in a very similar light. We see life in a very similar light. But what we're doing, we're challenging each other. And there's been a number of examples. Kyle and I don't agree on everything. But one thing, you know, it's easy to say we're going to agree to disagree and just move on. Well, you don't want to do that. What we do, we sell each other on why we believe passionately about this.
What does it take in your mind's eye, along with Kyle and your various coaches, to be a 49er as you envision this team going forward? What are you looking for?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting you asked that question because it's one of the things Kyle talks a lot about is he calls it wit, what it takes and what it takes to win championships. And you know, we're looking for guys that obviously have talent. And Kyle's done a great job, I think, and his staff have done a great job of saying at each position, these are the specific traits that we look for. And it may not be what the rest of the league views as the ideal traits, but for us, these are what we're looking for. We want guys that absolutely love to compete and love the game of football. We want guys that have contagious competitiveness and guys that are leaders. And to me, a leader is, do you make people around you better? Does everyone check every box? No, but that's part of it too. Now that we have them, let's develop them. And we like what we have.
A lot to chew on there. Part 2 of this exclusive interview airs tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Tune in for a closer look at John Lynch's first few months as the new GM for the Niners.